Hello, baseball fans. You're watching On Deck with Tyler Redmond.
Right now, let's go inside the trade. Of course, again, the Braves received Matt Olson, who is a prolific first baseman. Gold Glover, has improved every year, is on an upward trend, and he's got a lot of future ahead of him. But we did give a lot up, as you can see. Again, Christian Pache, Shea Langoliers, Ryan Cusick, and Joey Estes. Now, if you look to the right, you'll see those numbers in yellow. Basically, what I'm showing you there is that is where they were ranked before they were dealt in the Braves minor league system. So, again, your number one prospect, Christian Pache. Your number two prospect in Shea Langoliers. Number 6, Ryan Cusick. He was a 2021 first-round draft pick by the Braves. And, of course, number 14th, Joey Estes. Obviously, a very big deal for the Braves in getting Matt Olson. A lot attached to this. Been all over the news in baseball today because Freddie Freeman has been all over the news. And we'll talk about Freddie Freeman in depth later on in the broadcast, but give me time. I promise we'll talk about it. Again, Matt Olson, his best year at the plate was last year. Here's the stats real quick. 271 batting average, 371 on base, 540 slugging, 153 hits, 39 homers, and 111 RBIs. The guy's good. There's no doubt about that. He's a great player, and to be honest with you, I think we all know that. He's such a good player that a lot of you, I've seen a common trend where people are saying, if not Freddie, then Matt Olson. And whether that's you or not, this is how a lot of people are looking at this current trade, and this is how a lot of people were looking at it before the trade even happened. So again, very big deal. But let's exclude Freddie Freeman from the discussion for just a second. Let's focus in on the trade. Matt Olson is projected to make $12 million this year. Plus, he's under team control until 2024. We gave up a lot. We gave up a lot of our minor league system in this deal. And to be honest with you, that's what surprised me here. Not that we got Olson, because you'll understand what I'm saying here. Olson was a foregone conclusion. If Freddie Freeman didn't work out, we knew that the Braves were going to go target Matt Olson without a doubt. I wasn't surprised that we traded Pache, our number one prospect. I thought he was going to be a trade piece at some point. Not surprised that it's here. That's what people are going to want. They're going to want that number one trade piece. And to be honest with you, the Braves have given him plenty of chances at the major league level. Had he performed, that might have gone differently. But I don't think the Braves really shed too many tears. Obviously, he did. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure the Braves would have liked to have seen him grow in their organization. But again, this is a guy who I told you weeks ago could be a part of a trade package with a catcher. I was right. Turns out it was Shea Langoliers. Shea surprised me the most, believe it or not, mainly because every article out there, including me on this channel, we all talked about how Contreras was going to be the trade piece out of those two because of the timetable. You got d'Arnaud for 2 years. You got Manny Pena for 2 years. The timetable set it up for Shea Langoliers to be the catcher of the future for the Braves. Didn't turn out that way. But I think this shows a new mindset by the Braves front office. I think it clearly says that the future is not the priority, which is a different mindset than we've had in a long time. Usually, we take things slow. We focus on our minor league system. And I know you know what I'm talking about. How many deals have we backed out of, the Braves being we? How many deals have the Braves backed out of because the other team wanted too much, right? How many times has that happened? How many times have the Braves been criticized for not being more aggressive in those deals? I think the Braves are well aware of what they traded, the value of what they traded, but now they're being criticized for actually pulling the trigger and making these trades for instant impact. And a lot of it has to do with the attachment of Freddie Freeman. Again, we'll talk on that in a second, but the Athletics have to win this trade in their mind too, and I got a feeling that they targeted Shea Langoliers because they know of his potential. If I know about it, they certainly do. We're not going to know who won this trade for years. I mean, we might look at it and reflect on it one day. That's really how this usually goes. But usually they pan out well for Alex Anthopoulos, if history tells us anything. But part of why you have prospects, and a lot of people have, said that the Braves overpaid tremendously in this trade. One more time. They say that they've overpaid tremendously here. And to be honest with you, I think on paper they probably have. But I think the biggest trade piece here is likely going to be Shea Langoliers. And that number doesn't say it up there, but I think he's your number one trade piece here. I truly do. Catching is a lost art. In the minor league system, he's going to hopefully develop into being a great major league catcher, and his talents are well known around the league. And again, it's a rare art. There are very few good catchers these days, especially good catchers that can hit, and that's a valuable prospect to have. And if you're the A's, the A's are a lot like the Rays. They're constantly rebuilding. They always want prospects. Without a doubt, they always want prospects. So this says a lot about that. I mean, obviously, that's why they took 4 prospects, and we got Matt Olson.
Baseball fans, make sure you like and share this video and subscribe to this channel. As always, thank you for your support.